Hello, all my air signs. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, this is your weekly reading. If you're new here, my name's Tori Franco. I do these readings weekly. If you want to learn anything about me, it's all linked in the description below. If you want a personal reading, linked in the description below. But there will also be a card that'll come up as well. Become a patron. Sign up for my newsletter. You want to support in any way, it's all linked in the description. And I'm going to shut the fuck up and get to the reading. Oh, shit. Wow. I'm hearing, wow. This might be a love reading. Ace of Cups at the bottom of the deck. We love to see it. That's about new starts in love, really. Aces represent beginnings, but it could be the beginning of feelings, the beginning of love, the beginning of walking through life with an open heart. You have the Page of Cups, which for some reason is feeling like an apology. Oh, wait, here's the reason. Three of Swords, which is some sort of disappointment. It's like, I'm sorry I hurt you. I'm sorry that I did that to you. Possibly. If it's not that, it's just you moving through the healing process with an open heart, right? And because of that, it feels like you're being rewarded in some sort of way. Like the universe is like, way to not be jaded by all the shit that you've been through. The Lovers, upright as the first card out. This is Gemini energy as well. So this is air energy, right? Because it's Gemini energy, and Gemini can represent communication as well. At the very least, Geminis are really good communicators. They're supposed to be. But regardless, it's that balance. It's duality, but balancing it, right? I feel as though a lot of the air signs that I'm speaking to could be potentially dealing with some sort of disappointment when it comes to love, or dealing with all the disappointments you've been through in love, if that makes any sense. But the key here is you're not allowing whatever the fuck it is you've been through to close your heart, to keep you closed off. At least that's what I'm seeing right now. I mean, obviously the story will unfold more as more cards come out. Y'all know, like the first 3 cards out could say one thing, and then literally the next 3 can give a completely different vibe. Actually, you know what? I mean, this is, let's see how the story progresses. There's some sort of like surprise that like you that's happening, surprise gesture or surprise feelings, maybe. We love that. Wow. 3 major arcana back to back. 4 if you count the Hierophant at the bottom of the deck in reverse. The Hierophant in reverse isn't a bad card. It can sometimes represent non-committal commitment, you know what I mean? But it's also a card of going against the grain, right? Doing things that people tell you shouldn't do. Society tells you to go left, you're going right. It's that sort of thing. You guys could be feeling a little bit rebellious, like, no, fuck them, fuck this, you know? I think there's a lot of gaining new perspectives. That's what I get from this Hanged Man card. The Hanged Man is about letting go, releasing. It's about surrendering, but it's also about having a new perspective, possibly again on all of the things that you've been through. I feel like you guys are being very introspective right now. And I say that also because the Hermit is here. The Hermit is, I've had the answers all along. I've had the love all along. I've had fill in the blanks all along, but mainly it's the answers. You know what I mean? I've had this within me, the light. He's lighting the way with the lantern, but what's in that lantern is his own inner light. There's no other light source in this card. And any hermit that you'll see really will depict this in some sort of way. It'll depict this, hey, the answers you seek are within you, and you are the best person to lead, to guide the way. You are your best guide, right? And maybe that's the perspective that you're getting on some sort of disappointment that could have happened to you, or could be actively happening to you, because the Three of Swords comes out upright, which is like, it hasn't healed yet. You're very much so not healed. There genuinely could be somebody coming in to apologize for how selfish they've been. There could be somebody coming in. This could be your mother as well. Like, you could be having issues with your mom. The Empress represents motherly moms. Mommy issues. You know what I mean? There's some sort of like, you might be having epiphanies about like, oh, this is why I am the way that I am. You know, again, there's some sort of new perspective that you're gaining, but the perspective, it might be on certain things that you've been through. And like, again, it might be perspectives on certain heartbreaks and disappointments, but whatever the perspective is, it's a good thing. It's like moving you in the right direction. I'm not seeing movement, so I don't know why I just said that, but like, it's guiding you into the right direction. Emotionally, there seem to be a lot of emotions here. Actually, not a lot. It's bringing peace and harmony to a situation. It's like you're making peace with the situation, like understanding, like, yeah, this hurts, but could it be like closure? I don't know. King of Cups in reverse. Four of Pentacles. Eight of Cups in reverse. There's something or someone that's returning. Yeah. Six of Cups in reverse. You could be revisiting past traumas too. It doesn't have to be specifically like literally somebody returning, but I'm getting like you're digging deep into all of the things that may have fucked you up in the past, right? Needing, and it feels like it's needed again to bring about some sort of balance for you. You could be revisiting childhood stuff that happened to you, like in regards to your mother or family. I mean, the Empress in reverse is very much, I mean, the Empress overall is very much so motherly issues. It's also self-worth issues as well, you know? So you could be revisiting certain things within yourself as far as like why you feel the way that you feel about yourself. You could be apologizing to yourself for treating yourself some sort of way. You know what I mean? Like, this could go so many different ways, but the King of Cups in reverse, the way that I'm reading that is like, again, especially with this Hangman, getting a new perspective on your emotions. And the Four of Pentacles here is a card of maybe holding that close to your chest. You might not be telling people what the fuck it is you're dealing with internally. Actually, I would be willing to bet that most of you guys aren't. This is like, I'm not saying shit, right? The Four of Pentacles in reverse, I mean, the Four of Pentacles upright, is a card of conservation, really, right? This guy always in this card is conserving his money, he's conserving his resources, he's conserving his energy, his like, you know, but it doesn't always have to manifest in the physical. This card could mean, especially in this sort of reading, I'm keeping my pains and my disappointments close to my chest. But it doesn't seem like it's bubbling from the inside out, if that makes sense. It seems like you're having you're doing a good job handling it. I mean, the Hermit could be somebody outside of yourself that might be guiding you, right? And helping you, possibly a therapist, or just somebody who's giving you that new perspective. But it feels like even if there is somebody outside of you that's giving you some sort of perspective in your situation, it's coming from you, right? It's like it's feeling like this feedback loop of like you're feeding to the person, if you do have a person, let's say that's helping you, you're feeding your stuff to this person, they're just feeding it back to you, and you're getting that new perspective, but it's really coming from you. Does that make any sense? It doesn't make sense to me. Why would I say that? I don't know. I'm learning to just trust my intuition with certain things. There is a returning to things, though. There's something that, like I said, there are certain things you're needing to really work through first and foremost in order for you to release and move on and move forward. Whether that's from somebody or, you know what I mean? It's giving very much so, I need to do this in order to get closure, whether that's closure and you and this person ride off in the sunset together, or closure, this is the answer that I needed, I gave it to myself, I'm here, and now I can fucking move on to the next phase of my life. I'm not seeing, honestly, I'm really not seeing any like emotional turmoil. The only card that really, well, it's two cards really. These two right here. Don't hold on to this heartbreak or disappointment. You know what I mean? That's the only thing that's kind of not alarming. It's still not giving. The Three of Swords is not a fun card, but it's still not giving like I'm fucking depressed. I just think you're revisiting possibly some heartbreaks and painful situations that you might not have fully dealt with. But the Lovers is here. The Hanged Man is here. Those are very, for me, the Hanged Man, I don't see it as a bad card. I see it as you accepting your fate in a situation, but it's that point of like no longer being in denial and accepting things for however they are, right? And because of that acceptance, you can release it. And that is the beauty of the Hanged Man. And the Lovers is the first card out. That's harmony. Could be inner harmony or harmony within some sort of relationship, or it could be your mother or a mother-like figure, or just, it could be anybody. Could literally be anybody. I'm gonna pull 3 more cards. Yeah. Yep. It's like before you can fully close out a cycle in some sort of situation, and like I said, and move on to the next chapter and the next phase of life, you have to deal with certain things. Deep things deep within. Like I've been saying, that's the moon. You have the world in reverse and the moon coming out. 6 of Wands. It's about recognition as well. So Yeah, there's definitely, it could be a family member, Four of Wands in reverse at the bottom of the deck. That could sometimes be conflict with family members and stuff like that. This could be an egotistical family member, by the way. The Six of Wands, this feels like a very deep reading. And I say that because the King of Cups is in reverse, which for me right now in this reading is giving like very deep emotions, like maybe even suppressed or repressed emotions that are coming back up to the surface. Either something's triggering them back up to the surface, but just know that if that is happening and if that's your situation and if that's going on, even if somebody comes back to apologize and that triggers all of these emotions from the past of what they did to you, if it's an ex-lover or your dad who abandoned you fucking 3 years ago, whatever it is, right? Whoever is coming back unexpected to say what they have to say, or maybe that unexpected conversation or gesture is made by somebody who possibly hurt you, just know when those things come up, they're meant to come up so that you can deal with them, so that this moon can turn into the sun, right? And the sun is all about growth. Not that the moon is a bad card. It's just, it represents the things we hold deep within that we don't show other people. Can sometimes represent illusions, right? So again, when you're holding that pain close to your chest and you're not really saying things, how does that affect you? You know what I'm saying? So before you can move on to the next cycle of life, which by the way is a very beautiful one, you have to deal with certain emotions and things that will possibly be coming up in the future. I'm looking for this. Oh, what an ass. Let's see what this deck has to say. Keepers of the Light. Could even be like, before I move, I have to do this because the world. I'm taking those cards. I'm taking all of them. There's a lot here, but we gonna take them. Sacred Self, unleash your spirit, express your gifts, and dance to the sacred rhythm of life. Again, that's that surrender card, going with the flow of things, right? Charity, prayer and contemplation, connect with heaven, ask and you shall receive. Again, that's all about the Hermit as well. The Hermit's a very spiritual card, going into solitude, getting the answers that you're needing. Master Jesus, forgiveness. Like I said, somebody might be coming through to apologize. You're on the path of light, love, and forgiveness. Father healing is possible at this time. Also note, father healing could be a family member that you're needing to really forgive, or you know what I mean? Lord Ganesh, infinite abundance. Obstacles are being removed. Spiritual support and connection are increasing. That reminds me of the Lovers. Like I said, I feel like you guys are entering into a very beautiful chapter of life. There's just certain loose ends you're needing to tie up, whether that's with yourself, like within yourself. I'm not saying a person is going to physically come and apologize to you for things that they've done or hurts that you feel or whatever, right? Maybe for some of you, that's impossible. You know what I mean? But it's really finally dealing with those things and accepting certain things. You know what I mean? Inner strength, move back to wholeness, recognize that you have the power. Again, you have the answers. You have the power. You are spiritually powerful. Care and compassion, choose to be loved, do what's right for everyone involved, and offer a helping hand. Somebody needed to hear it. I don't know who, but somebody did. That's what I got for y'all, air signs. I hope that made some sort of sense. Feels deep, feels heavy. Not heavy, but definitely deep and spiritual. Love y'all very much. Peace out.